Nearly at the point he was going to kill her. It's constant, this could have been done, that could have been done. Go and listen to those calls. Do you think we're in stages 6 and 7 listening to those calls?
Without naming names, can you share an example of a case where the signs were clear in hindsight but missed?
How long have you got?
Is there
Nearly
a
every
more
case.
Is there a more prominent case where perhaps something's been missed again and again and again, going through the stages perhaps, where the police have been out multiple times and things have been missed to a point where things have got as serious as they can get?
The majority of homicides, will have a history, and I know this from DHR reports, domestic homicide review reports. It's constant, this could have been done, that could have been done. But I just want to say something here before I go down this route of bashing professional practice. We did some research recently on near misses. So talking to professionals, including police officers, where they thought they'd prevented a homicide. Now, I looked at 120 cases and I agreed with the officers, and every single case, yes, I think you did prevent a homicide. So I think it's important to say before, police officers become completely defeated by all of this, it's so hard to quantify when you've prevented a homicide. But they are doing, and they are doing on a daily basis. But there are those cases, of course, where people are dying and the responses to them before their deaths could have been better. So if we look at a very high profile case of Alice Ruggles, for example, you can listen to Alice's phone calls to the police not long before she died. There's two that are widely available. And if you listen to those calls, there's so much to be learned. So what I will tell you is, when Alice made those calls, we were at stages 6 and 7. So I would say to somebody, go and listen to those calls. Do you think we're in stages 6 and 7 listening to those calls? And they would probably say, no, goodness, no. Because Alice is very calm. She's minimising, as victims often do. But having a look at what she was saying and digging into it, the escalation through the stages, he was nearly at the point he was going to kill her. So I think it would be interesting for officers to listen to those phone calls and then think, would I have said, that's a really, really dangerous case of stalking that's about to end in homicide? They probably wouldn't. But there are other cases, aren't there, where you look at it and think, what were they thinking? Oh my goodness, why couldn't they recognise this and this and this? I don't believe...
What tend to be the most missed opportunities? Which are the most common missed opportunities on that timeline, in your view?
Right, so you look at the offender behaviour, and that's where you're going to get a lot of your missed opportunities. So has there been a separation? Right. First question should always be, is there any control here? Second question, has any violence ever been used, especially if it's non-fatal strangulation? With those two questions, you've got high risk. Your third question should be, has there been a separation? If you can tick all of those boxes, you've got a 900% increase in a potential homicide. So there are things we can look at. If there is stalking, we're at high risk. If they are breaching, we are at high risk. If they're talking about death in any context at all, we're at high risk. So those are